au quotidien. C'est sur Terre, oui.
What's up, guys? It's River Allen, aka Ghost Piss, and I am here to answer some of your questions about my new song and video, Rude Dudes. Funny enough, this record is about realizing at like 25 that I'm non binary, and I have been my whole life. I just didn't have the words for it or the courage to tell anyone, so I kept it a little secret for a long time. And I kind of came to this realization or gathered the courage because one day I was walking around my hometown, Richmond, Virginia, in this old creepy cemetery, and I found this headstone that had the silhouette of a woman on the top, and it was adorned in like necklaces. It was surrounded by trinkets and offerings, and the only thing that the headstone said was Dream Girl. And being the romantic freak that I am, I projected all of my bullshit onto this headstone and became obsessed with it. And I came and I visited it like multiple times a week and would sit there and journal and write songs and pull tarot cards and would plant little flowers and pick her weeds and bring friends and have picnics, like all this stuff. Like I kind of just like formed a relationship with this dream girl. And so weird of me. But anyways, while I was journaling under Dream Girl one day, I kind of realized why I latched on so hard to this image, which is what Dream Girl really means ultimately. It's kind of like putting to rest and mourning the time that I spent trying to be someone else's dream girl, trying to be someone that I'm just not. So much of my 20s was spent trying to be someone I wasn't for some crusty ass dude who doesn't even have a bed frame or like owns soap, right? Like I would just date these guys that would convince me that I was like really lacking something. So I spent a lot of time very anxious, just trying to be someone else. So that's ultimately what Dream Girl is about. Just putting to rest that part of my life because I deserve love and so do you, no matter who you are. Yeah, and I figured that all out while journaling to Dream Girl. I would write to Dream Girl all the time. Um, so, anyways, yeah, that's what Dream Girl is about. And some of the songs are pretty hard to sing for me because they were from a part of my life where I was just complicit in being treated very poorly. But it still feels good to share this with people. I hope that someone else hears this and kind of like has hope that things will get better, the truer they are to themselves and the more they put their own happiness first. My signature sound is the MC505, period. That is the only piece of gear I've ever used. The entirety of Dream Girl was written on the MC505, and there was some like additional production to kind of bring it to life. But I have had I have had this thing since 2015, so almost 10 years. I know it like the back of my hand. I have it right here. Boop. And there are multiple reasons why I use the MC505. I just have enough screen time in my life. I am a phone addict. I watch way too much Netflix. Like, I'm on my computer all the time. I personally do not want screens to be part of my music making experience. I hire people to help me record and do the DAW stuff. I'm just not interested in DAWs. So I wanted something that I could like hold in my hands and get lost in and not have like blue light in my face. So this thing is perfect for me. I could just get lost in it for hours at a time. I love it. I am very poor, and the MC505 has everything I need in it. It has a sequencer, a synthesizer, and a drum machine all built into one. I cannot afford all those things separately right now. Probably never will be able to. So I chose the MC505, and it does everything I need. No complaints, except it breaks all the time. The sounds are great. They are pretty crunchy. They rattle windows sometimes. There's just so many weird sounds on here to work with, and like I don't want to work with traditional pop sounds. That's just not like the palette that I want. I want texture, I want surprises. I want like sounds that make people go like, "Eh." Like I've brought this thing into studios and people are just like, "Why? Why?" Like why are we using this piece of junk? And I'm like, I'm so stubborn about it. I'm like, "Just trust me, it will sound good." And the sounds are pretty retro and non-traditional, but I like them. I have no plans on leaving this piece of equipment. So, pretty freaking fundamental. That answers your question. I live in Portland, Oregon right now. I have lived all over this godforsaken country. I moved like 12 times between 2019 and 2023, just like New York, Richmond, Oregon, back to Richmond, Oregon. I moved a lot. Um, and there's something I just love about making a music video in each city that I put roots down in. A lot of my videos are like walking around and doing stuff videos. I have one for my video Beats in Bed that takes place in New York. Hardcore takes place in Richmond. And so it kind of just felt right to do it in Portland. Another little video kind of incorporating the city scene. I feel like it's because I spend so much of my time like walking around feeling so romantic towards whatever city I'm living in and like people watching in it and writing poetry. So it almost feels wrong to not incorporate the city into my music video in some way. The people that I worked with on this video all had ideas about where it should be, what are the cool spots. And some of the spots I'd never been to, and that felt so exciting to me because I've only lived here for a year. And so, yeah, I got to see cool parts of the city I live in through making this video. I got to go on a gondola. That was interesting, making a music video in a gondola. Can't say I've ever done that. It's like this weird dock down by the river, a mountain, Mount Tabor. There's a little mountain in Portland that everyone hangs out on. Also, I feel like I need to say that Rude Dudes is a rock song. Like the video that you're about to see is a rock song. I I make pop music. All my other songs are pop songs. I just for some reason felt so compelled to write a song on guitar. And I did. And it was the catchiest song on the album. So here's Rude Dudes, but just know I have a pop version of the song and the rest of this album that's about to come out is pop. And I hope that doesn't disappoint you. Give it a chance. I love pop. Okay. Mwah. Go spiss out.